Hey everyone, Andrew, day 2 Dryden, here in round 5 with OKO Burn. That's right, we are playing OKO Burn. And if this is the kind of content you enjoy, where I throw tickets against the wall or throw them into a, well, there's no such thing as a ticket chipper, but a wood chipper, you're in the right place. So, fortunately, we are on the play for the first time this league, and we've got Goblin Guide into Eidolon with a couple of 1-mana burn spells. I don't like how obviously we need to curve out pretty hard here, and we need some more lands, but honestly, even just the plays we have early on the play, I'm happy enough with this. I'm happy enough. Without this Goblin Guide, though, absolutely not. This Goblin Guide is what's keeping this hand together for me, personally. That's what I think. I also just don't like mulliganing. I mean, I understand the appeal when people are playing, like, you know, good decks and whatnot, but like mulliganing down to 5 with Burn, I mean, even though this is, again, a very weird version of Burn, it's just not, like, what are you gonna do? Bolt them to death with your single lightning bolts? Like, that's not how it works, right? That just doesn't work that way. We're up against Death Shadow again, so it is nice because it's one of the decks I wanted to see OKO against, but if I don't ever actually get to cast one, that doesn't really help me out. Every time I've drawn one or two, I haven't actually even been able to cast it, so that's a bit tough. But on the bright side here, we're getting early repetitive sources of damage that they have to deal with, so if I'm not going to draw lands, which obviously is what I want to draw, this is where I'd like to be. I don't want to make this too easy for them, but I need to sort of, really would have been nice to get a second land, I'm not gonna lie. Being able to go turn 3 OKO on the play, that would be good, but I think at this point now I'm gonna start to pump the brakes a bit here. I mean, I might get the brakes pumped for me because obviously they're going to be able to play a Death Shadow here, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Okay, there's the Death Shadow. Okay, okay. Double Death Shadow. Okay. And they're 4/4s, so I can't even bolt them. Spirebluff Canal. Nope. Okay. Well, I mean, it's still a thing. That's still a thing. Still throw this out. I also like I have the 1 Storm card in my sideboard, and now it's been showing up here in every round. I think that's kind of funny. Okay. So, how do we navigate this? Oh, whatever, they're gonna... Okay, Fatal Push that. Okay. They just have the Teamer Battle Rage and win? Like, is there just, like, nothing I can do about it? That might be a thing. Inquisition. Okay, sure. What do you take? What do you take? It seems about... Oh, okay, well, that's strange. Couldn't even cast that, really, next turn. Land! It's tough. That's a tough one. I think I just hold steady here. So if they cast a Thoughtseize and they don't have a counterspell, they're just dead. If they don't have another creature or something to do, they're also just probably dead. Okay. Sure. Resolves. Okay, come on. Burn spell off the top. One time. Actually, you know what? A creature would do it too. Come on, come on, come on. You gotta be kidding me! Oh... You thought Mr. Troll here was bad on your... Oh, man. This is so frustrating. All right. Uh, yep. Okay, as long as you don't have Teamer Battle Rage or removal spell, I'm not just dead. But you have 5 cards in hand, so come on, let's be real. You've got to have something, right? Okay, well, you're digging a little bit, so that's good news. Okay, well, you're letting me block. That's also good news. See, and now the OKO isn't even good enough. When you cast Thoughtseize by accident, yeah, you should do that. Come on, don't Inquisition me. Don't see how badly my hand shaped up. Maybe a Gurmag Angler? That's smart. Gurmag Angler's smart. I was going to say, this is very reckless, but they added to the board. Okay, come on. Come on. Okay. We're not just dead. I got live draws. That's... Oh, my... Come on. Click through your attack step. I am not above winning with a misclick. I am not above winning that way. It doesn't matter. I'm going to lose anyway. All right. Okay. That was, you know, we started off so well, too. We started off this league so well. And it's just going so horribly. All right. So what's not good? All right. I don't think Is It Charm is great. I don't think Light Up the Stage is great. That's all we really need, maybe. I mean, this deck I think should already be okay against Death Shadow. Yeah, let's just go like this. Maybe another Roast would be better than these copies of Fry. Okay, these one-landers are killing me. But this hand isn't good enough to keep a one-lander of. This is 2. We have both colors. Yeah, this is better. Keep. Oh, I didn't take the Searing Blazes out. Searing Blazes are horrible. Okay, well, I should have done that. Unfortunate that I did not. Not used to sideboarding with this weird configuration. Yeah, Searing Blazes are generally very, very bad against this deck. They're pretty good against Gurmag Anglers if you've got a board and they're sort of on the back foot, but against Death Shadows, they're just horrible. Searing Blaze can't kill a Death Shadow. Again, if you think OKO is bad, I think Once Upon a Time is actually worse, but hey, what are you going to do? Gonna rip my hand apart. Oh, Fatal Push. That's okay. That is okay. Come on. There we go. Thank you. This is a weird version. I would say, wait, Tarmogoyf. This is a strange version of Death Shadow, but I guess it's like the Sultai version, not the... that's interesting. Okay, well, I have all my colors of mana that I need now, so I can sort of fire off this Manamorphose. See what I want to do with it. I don't really like just firing it off for no reason, but it doesn't do much other than sort of fix my mana. So I guess I'll do that. But I mean, we might just be like literally just paying 2 to draw a card and take 2 damage, which really isn't ideal. Because again, I don't know what I'm drawing here. Let's say blue. Let's say blue and green. Oh! Okay. 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 Yeah, food token. Nice. Sweet. Okay. See, this is sort of what was supposed to happen. Excellent. All right. And I thought about turning the Eidolon into a ability-less creature, but I'm glad I didn't. Dealt 2 more damage to him that way, and we'll see what happens here. I don't know. Maybe they've got... Sure. Yeah, yeah, okay, sure. They're going fast. They seem to have a plan of some kind. Yeah, okay, sure. Well, you're tapped out. So it's really unfortunate that like this is the environment this happened in, but I mean, whatever. Like what did OKO actually do? Made a token and then like sort of made them kind of need to commit to the board. I feel like we were kind of winning that game anyway. That's kind of frustrating. Whatever. All right, so yeah, they've got Goifs, and I don't have very good graveyard. I have actually horrible graveyard hate for Goifs. Let's be real about that. Yeah, let's just run it back. I think... Oh, wait, no, we don't like the Searing Blazes. Searing Blazes are bad, even if they're better when you can turn something into an elk. So is there anything we want instead of that? Probably not. I mean, maybe an Izzet Charm is better. Maybe. Maybe keep a couple of them, but I really don't like Searing Blaze. It's really bad in this matchup. Yeah, like it's just not good. Okay, I'll put a second one in, but again, I really don't want to see more than like one at the absolute most. It's just bad. So what else do I put in? Okay, so this is a lesson. I do something for Death Shadow. Maybe have a better Death Shadow plan. But I guess I could put a Spell Pierce in. Does more than some of these other things do. Sure. I don't really like how reactive it is, but if the game plays out the right way, it could be powerful. This is... oh, man. The Swiftspear and the Goblin Guide are really good, though. I can't. Like, I don't have either of these colors, so I think this is just... No, I think this is a mulligan. I mean, I guess this is better. But, I mean, it's not really where I want it to be. Especially because this happens. But it does mean we can curve out. If we're able to OKO and we don't make it too easy for them to just slam some giant Death Shadow early on, like this could be a thing. This is fine. Okay. Okay. Where this is sort of a setup for a slower game, but we can win a longer, slower game. I wasn't going to be able to win with the cards in my hand anyway, and they're just going to rip my hand apart no matter what. So almost no matter what was in there, like I'm glad that we went down to a hand that could at least maybe develop some board presence eventually and cast some spells, because yeah, look, like let's say I kept one of those hands and cast a creature on turn 1 or something, which I obviously wasn't able to do. Like everything else was just going away, and they're down to 13 already. So They definitely had a very defensive, reactive hand. Steam Ents. And like, there was just nothing I could do about that, right? All right, so we really want to draw an OKO on turn 3. Kind of can't say enough about that. What are they going to do? Why'd they wait till their second main phase? All right, so we've got nothing going on, but they're down to 12 life. That's why this is supposed to be a good matchup. I've cast 0 spells. And my opponent is at 10 life. Oh, come on, please. Please tap out and let me resolve an OKO. Please, please, please. That would be just so good. Actually, you know what? I can do the mode where... Actually, I hadn't thought of that. I can sort of ramp myself out a bit here. Ooh. Okay, what's the benefit to it, though? I don't normally use this mode ever. The one where you can put a land onto the battlefield. Do I want to do that? No. Okay. So I can do it this turn though. I can smack him for 6. You gonna fetch and shock? You will not. Okay, I have no way to deal with this thing. I need to do something here, I think. Let's try to bait this out. They probably won't. They'll probably wait for the second spell, but eh. They might even just let it resolve. Like if they have a counter spell or something up, which they probably do, even if they let it resolve, what? They go to 4, this thing becomes a 10/10? What is this? Boo! Boo! Does this do anything for me right now? It could counter something. I guess there's that. Do I counter this? I guess I don't. Right? I mean, I guess it's better if they... Like, if they have a Teamer Battle Rage, I just lose. But if they have a Teamer Battle Rage, actually countering it is the smart play. Although then they would just pay 2, but then they couldn't... Okay. So if they have Teamer Battle Rage, countering it is what I need to do. Okay, this is kind of weird. But in my mind, the way this works is that if I don't counter it, they go to 4 life, and this kills me with a Teamer Battle Rage. If Teamer Battle Rage is the card in their hand, they need to pay 2 to counter this so they can lose the 2 life, but then they can't finish me off with the amount of mana they still have. So it's very strange. Okay, yeah, see, so that's kind of strange to me, but I think that made sense, even though it was a bit odd. And now I still get to draw a card here. Okay. So just please don't have a counterspell. Come on! No! They always have the counterspell. All right. Well, this was our triumphant return to Modern after about a month. Wasn't too much triumph to it, unfortunately. Some Death Shadow players who knew what they were doing and just ground us out of resources. I'm not. Honestly, this was fun. This was fun to try something new. I won't lie though, I am getting a little frustrated at the ability of Burn to win in Modern right now. It doesn't feel like it's possible. This was kind of a joke deck, obviously, but I'm just looking around at the decks, and it's, you know, strong Death Shadows and players and Eldrazi Tron and all these things, and these Urza decks, and I'm just, and other decks with OKO, and I'm just like I don't know, Burn. I think just Burn's too fair, and it's tough. It's tough to play at this competitive level because it doesn't feel like it makes competitive sense at some point. Like, I know Burn can win, but I mean, that's the thing. Like, at some level, any deck in Modern can win, right? You can go hot. Like, there are strong cards, but I'm not. It feels more like when you do well in those leagues or those events, it feels more like the whole, you know, a broken clock is right twice a day, kind of an adage, as opposed to like, oh, like this should be happening. It's kind of more like, oh, that just happened to be your time, and I'm trying to figure out if the problem is me or the deck or a combination of both or what. And it's I don't know. This is partly why I'm going to be just jamming these OKO decks for a while, because I'm like, I got no idea what I'm doing. I'm not sure what, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm having a hard time with Modern right now. It's making me a lot more interested in you know, tooling out my EDH decks that I have, which I like never use basically, but you know, it's making me, you know, go, well, maybe I should just be playing EDH with my friends instead. And it's weird, and I think part of it's the month, you know, like it's December, everyone's tired, the sun is out less, and it's just been a crazy year between all the bannings and the Hogakness and now like this stuff, and it's just been a weird year. And so I'm trying to figure out how much of it is me and how much of it's internal and how much of it is the game and how much of it is what I'm trying to get out of the game. So it's sort of a very sort of thoughtful, reflective time that I'm trying to spend right now. So hopefully you enjoyed seeing me try this ridiculousness, and like I said, I'm going to keep it up for a little while here, but I really don't know what I should be doing. So put in the comments section below if you have any ideas. But yeah, outside of that, let's go take a look at the deck, and we'll, you know, just sort of try to think about what cards worked and what didn't. But if this is the part where you're going to stop watching, hope everyone has a great new year, and you know, spend your holidays doing fun stuff, however it is. If you have holidays, if not, you know, all the power to you, because this is, like I said, it's a tough year. It's been, this part of the year is a grind for most people. So good luck to you in that. This has been Andrew, Day 2 Dryden, and I will see you either in the deck tech screen, or I will see you next time. Alright, so let's go through this. The mana base. 20 lands. I definitely don't think I want to go higher than 20, but there were definitely some times where if we curved out, it would have been helpful. I think our color fixing was mostly fine, but we got stuck a couple times, which was a little tough. And maybe that's part of the way the deck is built, right? Like half of it is, or more than half of it is still just like a burn deck, right? Where you know, you have that fast start, and that's all you want. But then it kind of just, it's almost like the decks are trying to do half the deck's trying to do early game, and half the deck's more of like a grindy late game, which I think when you put together, you can kind of try to mesh them together, but it just never worked out for us today. So I'll have to look at it again, but in terms of mana sources, that it should be fine. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I really don't know. I need to watch these games again. And I do read the comments section. So if you have any ideas, please put the your ideas in the comments section below. I mean, our normal burn cards were fine. I liked the ability to Snapcaster in the late game. I don't know. Maybe that was part of the problem. Maybe we need to add more lands in this kind of a deck, because it wasn't too often where Snapcaster was conveniently going, bolt, snap, bolt, lava spike, whatever. And it Snapcaster's 2 mana, but it's really like a 3 or 4 mana card. Like, it really is, right? If you're actually going to get proper value out of it. Which maybe means that like things like the Izzet Charm and Manamorphose shouldn't be there. Maybe we need to add more like 1 converted mana cost spells. Maybe some opts. Maybe some things like that should be there. And then we got to change the mana base again around a little bit. Maybe we sort of have fewer green cards. Have more like red-blue. With sort of a small green splash for the OKOs. Maybe that's a better idea. That sounds like something that might work. Oh, I'll play around with it a little bit. The other decks that were running similar lists like this were running Tarmogoyfs and things like that, so the green was a bit more important, but we didn't have those. I have Tarmogoyfs, but I was thinking that without Mishra's Bauble, that wasn't really what we wanted to see happen. Yeah. So all the 1 mana spells I like. Snapcasters I liked in theory. Eidolon was pretty good, but there weren't really any spin their wheels kind of decks, right? The decks that Eidolon's good against, Storm and some of those creature decks, but those like non-Aether Vial, non-explosive creature decks, they're not really there. So I don't know, maybe Eidolon's not really where we want to be. It's good against control, and it's good against, some of those Death Shadow turns where they're trying to just sort of hold off, but it never really worked like that with Death Shadow with us. So I don't know. If I was looking to change something, I think I'd be looking in this area here. Maybe I would take out the 2 Eidolons, maybe throw in 2 more Snapcasters or something like that. And maybe change the Izzet Charm and the Searing Blazes to some 1 mana spells. Something like that. Manamorphose didn't do much. Again, it doesn't really work with our deck, except for sort of mana fixing and some small synergy with Swift Spear. So maybe that needs to go. Maybe it should just honestly be a couple more lands. Maybe even some creature lands, to give us some late game options, still get some damage in or something. Tarkus Command was not... Tarkus Command was fine. It just, when it was there, it wasn't there. I think Light Up the Stage maybe is more of a... We're not really seeing grindy decks. The grindy decks, they're sort of grindy compared to something like Neoform, but we're not seeing like classic sort of Jund. If you ever want to deal some damage to a Death Shadow deck so you can light up the stage, well, at that point the Death Shadow is big enough they just turn around and kill you. So it's kind of tough there. So maybe light up this. I'm not really happy with how a lot of this played out the more I'm looking at it. So yeah. Either way, you know what? OKO was so much fun in the casual games. Just so much fun. It just never really worked out for us. And the games we did win, it never showed up. So... yeah, I don't know. Maybe that says something about OKO. But, did it win that one game where we were able to sort of resolve it against Death Shadow? Yeah, I guess it was. Well, we were going to win anyway. They played a Goyf, but maybe that's why they committed to the board and sort of tapped out. It's hard to say. Either way, this was very tiring playing this new deck, but it was fun. So hopefully you enjoyed seeing it, because it was... admittedly ridiculous. And like I said to everyone already, hope you have a happy end of December, happy New Year, all those things. Either way, this has been Andrew, Day 2 Dryden. Thank you again to all the patrons supporting this channel, and all the viewers like you. So hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time.